I'm attending a breakfast with a senator on Friday who I don't really agree with on most topics, so why would I actually go? As somebody who coaches and teaches on communication style and leadership and relationship building, I'm first and foremost a student of these topics. And just because I don't agree with what somebody is saying doesn't mean I can't learn from how they say it. You see, power and influence and authority are not just stumbled across by accident. They are built and formed through a community for a reason. We can learn from all the people who have built this for themselves, regardless of what we think of what they are actually saying in the process. This makes a lot of people uncomfortable, which is actually part of the problem, because we have built this idea that everything we look at and engage with must be custom curated to our interests and our beliefs. That's how we've had our own algorithms tailored to our own personal lives. But all that does is reinforce the narratives and the ideas and the philosophies that we have already built for ourselves. It doesn't challenge our way of thinking. It doesn't put us in a room with people who disagree with us and therefore teach us and train us on how to communicate with people that have different ideas. This is why we have lost the ability to disagree civilly. It's why we have lost the ability for discourse. It's why that we keep just putting ourselves in our own silos and vilifying other people who don't think the way that we think, because we don't even know why they believe what they believe in the first place. At the very least, if we can build the skill set to put ourselves in rooms with people who disagree with us and understand why they think what they think, we will actually become more well-versed on how to argue against them. Because you can't just argue against a point that you don't understand. You need to understand the entirety and the nuances of this way of thinking in order to pull it apart and communicate why your way is better. Or, heaven forbid, you may actually get new information that changes the way that you think. Is that why I'm going to this event? No, I don't expect my beliefs to be changed. But I might learn something new. I may take a tidbit of information. I may observe a communication or leadership style that I can then learn and apply to myself and teach to my own clients. These are valuable pieces of information that could come from any source, whether expected or not. I would encourage you, next time that you think something by default or it's the way that you've always believed, start asking yourself why. Maybe listen to an alternative argument. Understand why other people think the way that they think. And if your beliefs are strong enough and rooted in enough evidence and truth, all that their opinions will do is reinforce what you already think. That is a good thing, because it shows that you believe it for a reason and not just because you've accepted it blindly. There's an old saying that goes, the highest form of intelligence is the ability to entertain two conflicting ideas without accepting either one. And we've lost that ability. And I encourage you to push yourself to bring it back.